Welcome. Here we are. Here we go again, friends. Watch along. ECW Heatwave 1999, which was chosen by you, the people. Ricky Cornflakes, my dog. Uh, we here. We're gonna start the show in a minute. Just a minute or two. Uh, yes. This was chosen by you, the people. All right. So, uh, apparently, there's a lot of discussion about Jade Cargill leaving. Seems that she actually had a send off on Rampage. That looks suspicious. It's actually looking more and more like it might be real that she's leaving. But until she actually shows up in WWE, I'm not taking it seriously until she actually does. So, uh, but it was interesting to know the spoiler that she's going to lose again, and hug Chris Statlander after the match and give her an extended hug too. Word on the street is that Jade Cargill is a CM Punk girl, and that people are saying that's why she left, or that's why she's leaving. There's a video out there of her saying that, "Oh, CM Punk is a great guy. Taught her how to use a chair." Uh, uh-huh, uh-huh. So that's very interesting. Sorry about all this noise. Let me put this thing on mute. There we go. So, how is everybody doing? About 5 after we're gonna start the video. So hopefully you guys are ready. I'm pretty sure I've seen this show before. ECW Heatwave 1999. I'm pretty sure I've seen this show before, but I'm not entirely sure I've seen it before. It looks like it. I know I watched most of the ECW library. I probably don't watch. I probably haven't watched every single thing in it, but I know I watched most of it. Well, I watched all the pay-per-views. I'm sure. The hardcore TVs, that I'm not sure about. Not so sure about the hardcore TVs, but I'm pretty sure I watched all of the pay-per-views. So hopefully there's a good turnout. Hopefully people enjoy the show. The show is 2 hours and 36 minutes, which seems reasonable compared to the 5 hour epics we get this week nowadays. This seems like it's going to be reasonable. As per the usual, I want everybody to boot up the network. Go to the ECW section. Go to Heatwave. It's the government name of this episode is Heatwave Season 6, which doesn't make sense because Heatwave 1994 was the first one. So this ought to be interesting. So again, hello, TOD, Ricky Cornflakes, and others who have dropped by. How you guys are doing this evening? Oh, brother. So, are you guys ready? We're going to start it in about 20 seconds. We're going to get started. So, we're going to start doing our countdown before we start the video in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Let me make sure my audio is working fine first. Let me make sure my audio is doing what it's supposed to do first. I don't want to get started and then my audio is not good. I would hate for my audio to not be up to snuff. Do first. Okay. I don't want to get started and then my audio is not. Okay, so audio is straight. All right. So let's get started. ECW Heatwave 1999 press. Oh, wait, I gotta go back to it. 1999 press play now. Ugh. Now press play. Okay, there we go. All right, TVMA.
Yoshihiro Tajiri, tonight is the night you get torn apart by the human suplex machine because I am the World Heavyweight Champion and I'm Taz. Beat me if you can. Survive if I let you. There's a lot of stargazing going on.
Hey, that's Lita. I forgot she was in ECW. Wow. I completely forgot she was ever in. Well, I'm pretty sure. Wow. My mind blown already, bruh. He wearing a t-shirt that says G-Spot. Danny Doring, get the fuck out of here. I hate Roadkill. I hate Roadkill so much. Is that Chris Chetty? Yeah. Taz's cousin, Trish Chetty. I can't believe Jason was around as long as he was in ECW. For Christ's sake, as far as I know, he was there from almost from the very beginning. In Todd Gordon's book, he talks about Jason being one of the first guys that they signed up, and he was still there 5 years later. Todd Gordon is gone by this point, though. Dudley Boys. These dorks are still wrestling today. They're wrestling literally on Impact 1000 today. Oh, I hate Steve Corino. He sucks. Rhino sucks too.
Steve Corino, that makes me the ECW World Heavyweight Champion. And it also makes me the hottest star on national TV and the hottest star on paper. Doesn't matter who the hottest star is what he is. What matters is who has the most impact. And you're looking at
Don Marie was hot. Jesus.
two guys, so much momentum. Rob Schamberger and Jerry Lynn as a tag. Stuff us.
Lance Storm is an awful promo. Jesus. I hate Justin Credible too. He just felt like he was always overreacting. You know, overacting motherfucker. The ECW camera joint where it goes in and out is really distracting. I'm guessing this was by design because it literally does it all the time. It's like the camera trying to hypnotize you with some shit. Whoa, shit. Sabu keep looking at the camera. I'm not a good actor at all, bro. Uh-oh. Hara Arena. How many people in this building? It looked full. It looked nice. They seem to be very excited. They're very excited. That's the one thing about ECW crowds. Boy, they are excited. I have no idea what's about to happen on this show, but they're excited to see it. Oh, they're in Ohio. Jesus. No wonder everybody look like cousins. Joey Styles rules, by the way. But for some reason, his suit looked bigger than the rest of his body. He looked like he's wearing his dad's suit. Okay. The last July 18th of this millennium. Oh, that's not a lie. Heatwave 99. So ECW's been doing pay-per-views for a little while. Ooh, shit. At this point, they're not new to the game. They're true to the game. They've been doing it about 2 or 3 years at this point. So you know what you're in for when it comes to an ECW pay-per-view. There's so many people on this show I don't care for. I already saw Just Incredible. I'm not a big fan. Chris Chetty, not a big fan. Steve Corino, not a fan. Not a fan of Steve Corino. Rhino. Well, Rhino was okay back then. He sucks now. I think Rhino being on American television too much, especially during the TNA days, was a little much for me. But ECW Rhino is okay. The highlight package is pretty dope. Oh shit, that super crazy spot was great. It was nuts. The arena is small enough for you to jump into the crowd, into like the second row. This is back when I thought Taz was a sawed-off badass. I used to watch ECW at 2 in the morning. I used to think like, oh my God, Taz is the biggest son of a bitch in the world. Not so. Not true at all. Dastardly Danny Doring. Lita is fucking hot. Jesus. Ooh. God damn. Yeah, Roadkill sucks too. Yeah, Roadkill sucks. Amish Roadkill. I think they changed his name to that, but his name is Roadkill and it sucks. Basically, he was a fat guy who could do high flying moves. So basically, he was like, I don't want to say their version of like the Big Boss Man or Bubba Rogers or whatever, but that was what they were going for with Roadkill. They were going for, a big guy who was very agile and could move. I always found him to be quite boring. I want your panties. Great sign. Grade A material. But whatever they do, that tan that Lita got here, man, she's out here looking delicious. Jesus. Why, bruh? She ain't quite aged like eggs, but this was almost 30 years ago. This was like 25 years ago. So 24 years ago. So she was probably a kid back then. And by kid, I mean she's probably like in her early 20s. Paul was losing control of ECW at this point, man. He was just bringing anybody in. You got guys like Danny Doring running around, guys like Steve Corino. Not my favorite guys in the world. Kind of boring guys. They didn't really add much to the. I mean, look at the guy's tights, for Christ's sake. He's wearing sky blue, pink, and black. And none of it looks like it matches. It looks like he's wearing 2 different, uniforms on top of each other. It's very weird. Is it what? Mm. She's chased. Joey started laughing. She's chased. She's a hoe. You want to know the weird thing? When Lita got older and she started complaining about how the crowd was treating her, she had been doing this shit her whole career. You know? They're chanting she's got herpes at Lita right now. And she was talking about how disrespected she felt in 2006. Oh, this is skeet. I love to. Are you gonna marry me? She gonna say I love to. Oh, look at the heel on them boots. No wonder she looks so statuesque. She's a crack whore. Where's his ring? Get the ring, Danny. Where's your ring, Danny? What is that? Those handcuffs? Why don't that guy go churn some butter or something if he's gonna stand there being useless? Oh, okay, he's got the ring. It was in his hat. Oh no, it was a what was that? What on earth is that? Did he just pull that out of his hat? It's a condom. Oh. Holy shit. Oh God, here comes Nova. Could you believe that there was a time when, you know, a lower card wrestler, a guy just trying to get into the business was subject to the whims of Nova being one of the guys that was running WWE developmental? Can you believe that? Oh, what a weird time that had to be. Well, yeah, who's Terry Taylor and fucking Nova is telling you whether you're good or not. You know, I don't know, man. Chris Chetty sucks, by the way. He was just around because he was Taz's cousin. As soon as Taz left, he disappeared too. At the very least, Nova could create interesting moves. That was his thing. His thing was he was very innovative in terms of offense, but he wasn't much else. You know, I guess I was about to say he was like Chris Canyon, but Chris Canyon was doing the same thing he was doing on ECW. Not the same thing because they were different guys, but being known for creating moves that other people stole and then complaining about it, yeah, that's Nova and Chris Canyon for you. Oh, I might have got over if he didn't steal my thing. You're like, yeah, he got over because he can talk and you can't. You know? Roadkill is 22. Oh my God, he looks 46. He looked like he got a mortgage. The fat referees in ECW used to always make me laugh. Molyneux, Finnegan, there's always fat referees. Only company I've ever seen with fat referees until I started watching old stuff. And you see fat referees all the time. He said, these guys are young to me and I'm only 28. That's nuts. No wonder none of them are any good. Here comes Roadkill doing some flippy shit. Springboard leg drop. Those actually look pretty cool, considering he did it hands-free. He dressed like Mr. Hughes, and I'm not a big fan of that. That was the thing about ECW referees, man. The count was so inconsistent. You always knew when the finish was because ECW referees count like it was the finish. Their referees was to give the game away every single time. I don't think Paul gave a fuck, though. Springboard elbow drop. Interesting. It was called the what now? The panty drop elbow? Interesting. The panty drop elbow. This just feels like a gimmick that they gave him. He doesn't feel like a guy who exudes sexuality. You know, it feels like a guy doing a gimmick. That was actually pretty sweet. Even though it's called the Cody Cutter these days. I'm not sure how many people was doing that back in the day though. He was dressed like a magician. That should not go unmentioned. That this guy Ford at the start of the match was dressed like a magician. You know, he looked ridiculous. But because I was bitching about Nova, I guess I missed it. But nah, he was dressed like a magician. He wore a top hat. So hopefully he gets his a foot broken off in his ass. He's an amateur wrestling. Is that so? Okay, early young buck style stuff we got here from Nova. Uh, Nova was like the next generation after like Too Cold Scorpio and all those guys who did a bunch of really interesting high flying offense that never went anywhere in ECW, despite the fact that they were crowd pleasing in style. Oh, that monkey flip lariat was dope. Oh, that was dope. That was a great spot. That was pretty good. I gotta give him credit for that. That was dope. Nova was the figure 4. And he's just gonna stay there for the leg drop, huh? Okay. You could just tell this one was this is a very early Young Buck style match. Ooh, shit. Ooh, double springboard moonsault. That was nice. And he didn't even go for it, man. He just jumped up and started celebrating. Oh, no, he's got a mic. Yeah, right.
Was as pretty as me. And I got your Heatwave in my head.
What?
So it's time to take it. Yo, VIP. Let's kick it.
Oh, no. Oh, no. And what is he doing with his arms? Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. What is she doing here? Oh no, she dancing with this is a mess. Oh yeah, Nova would be a hater. Stop cock blocking, Simon Dean. Oh, that was the weakest slap of all time. Oh. Oh wow. Attacking the this thing has fallen apart. These guys, if they're not doing springboard flippity doos, they all just standing around looking weird. Oh, the House of Hardcore, is it? He missed that kick, by the way. Kryptonite Crunch, otherwise known as the Emerald Fusion or White Noise. Sheamus. Is this match about to be over? The double splash from the top rope? Oh, that was the one splash, one leg drop. Okay. And of course, the referee counts fast because it's the finish. I like the finish though. The finish was great. The finish was pretty damn good. to jump off the top rope at the same time and not kill the guy is pretty fucking cool. If we being honest, I think today's guys would probably try to kill him. But one splash, one leg drop at the same time reminds me a lot of like something the Rockers would have done. So I think that's pretty cool. And the match didn't overstay its welcome. We could have did without the dance spot, but it didn't overstay its welcome. There's a bunch of guys I don't care for, so it was fun. I'm looking forward to Tajiri versus Taz, though. Everybody play a video package. Catch us up. Tell us what happened with Taz and Tajiri.
And I'm here to say, we've got some impressive.
Mm-hmm.
I know what you got, and anytime you want to compete against me for this, it'd be my pleasure to give you the shot.
Taz's bucket hat is crazy. Man, it's a crazy bucket hat. LL Cool Taz. Oh, Steve Corino. I'm getting sleepy. Steve Corino is out here. This asshole still have acne. He was out here calling himself the real world champion. His voice is cracking, for Christ's sake. They literally tried to make like the 1, 2, 3 kid a world champion. Oh no. Leave Jack Victory alone. Oh Lord. There's no way he strung together that many curses at one time that we had to just go ahead and bleep out everything. Late stage ECW is a motherfucker to watch because you can see that Paul is really trying to force these fucking guys over, especially Just Incredible Rhino and Steve Corino. It was disgusting. Disgusting. And it didn't work. That's why they went out of business. Oh. Taz had to take 3 of those kicks, huh? He couldn't just sell 1. Why he had to take 3? I hate Steve Corino so much. Get him off my screen. He's wearing yellow boots. He's a dork. Jack Victory being around forever is hilarious. Him having a permanently broken leg is hilarious too. Him being in a wheelchair for 4 years, whatever it was. Oh no, Jason, the Buff Bagwell of ECW, which is even worse than the original Buff Bagwell. AJ3, WrestleMania 40 is next year, so you think ECW should be inducted in the Hall of Fame? I think they should just do probably 4 or 5 people from ECW, maybe in the legacy wing. I think a lot of these guys are old enough now. Some of them are dead that you could do legacy wing. You know, well, legacy wing is technically for the pre-WrestleMania crowd. But how many guys really in ECW deserve to be in the Hall of Fame? There's actually probably about 10 that are ECW guys. Taz, Raven, Tommy Dreamer, Sandman. I'm running out of number. I'm running out of people already. Douglas, Shane Douglas. Okay. Dean Malenko, even though he was in WCW. Oh, it's Jazz. That rules. I forgot Jazz is ECW too. She's about to wrestle a man. Not a big fan of this, but I forgot Jazz was in ECW. That's crazy that Jazz just retired last year. Well, Raven has probably blown this up. He sued WWE multiple times, Raven, and he lost every time. But there's definitely some ECW guys that I would put in the Hall of Fame. I think Paul will end up being end up being the only one, of course. Taz works for AEW, so probably not. But I could think of like 4 or 5 guys that they would put in from Philadelphia, or that are big to the Philadelphia audience. But I think they should do an ECW themed Hall of Fame, if we're being honest. I don't see why you wouldn't. Outside of maybe some of these people aren't any good. But just because they were like a top star in ECW doesn't mean that they should be in the Hall of Fame. But I do think that you can get a good solid 5 or 6 people that nobody would argue with, and I'm getting into the Hall of Fame. And I think I named most of them. I don't think anybody would argue about Paul, certainly. I don't think anybody would argue about Taz. I don't think anybody would argue about Raven. I don't think anybody would argue. Well, Rob Van Dam's already in. I don't think anybody would argue about Sabu. Shane Douglas, you might get some questions. Sandman, you might get some questions like, what? Tommy Dreamer, I don't think anybody will argue Tommy Dreamer. I hate Tommy Dreamer today, especially since he's still wrestling and I want him to retire. But I think that what is going on here? She didn't start breaking out the Lucha Libre. Oh, nice with the back kick. I like that. This only works because Jason's character, despite the fact that he looks great, is that he can't fight. And he's basically a manager for most of his ECW run. So this man versus woman match, just as dumb as it is, it works. Because his character allows for it to work. Jazz is very athletic. I think she should be put into the Hall of Fame too. I think Jazz is worthy of the Hall of Fame. What do you guys think? Do you think Jazz should be put in the WWE Hall of Fame? I don't see why she wouldn't. I think she was part of that lawsuit too, wasn't she? Somebody quickly look it up for me. Was she a part of that lawsuit? I think she was talking about that. That's why she felt like she wasn't in the Hall of Fame yet. It's because she was involved with that lawsuit, the concussion lawsuit. It was some interview that she had done where she was complaining about not being in the Hall of Fame yet. And she said whatever reason she said that they weren't in, she said that other people had got put in despite the fact that they were involved too. And I'm trying to remember I think it was one of those concussion lawsuits. But I don't think anybody who's involved with the concussion lawsuit is in the Hall of Fame right now. Because they haven't put Demolition in yet. So, and I know they both were involved in the concussion lawsuit. And if it's going to put the Demolition in the Hall of Fame, it should just be Axe and Smash, no Crush, by the way. I know. Everybody's going to be like, but they put Jimmy Garvin in the Hall of Fame with the Freebirds. He wasn't as bad as Crush. Crush sucks, bro. He's only there because Bill Eadie had a heart attack. Oh, so Jazz was involved with the concussion lawsuit. Okay. Very weird. It's crazy that people worked in ECW, spent most of their time in ECW, and then sued WWE for not telling them about concussions. Like, are you fucking serious? You know, setting each other on fire and doing all kind of retarded shit in ECW, but it's Vince's fault. That's nuts. Stop it. Jason, the sexiest man on earth, was his gimmick in ECW. I wonder what happened to him. I wonder what happened to him too, because he never popped up anywhere after ECW closed. But that's also the I think Ty Gordon's point is that he was one of their guys. He was a Ty Gordon guy that was there when he first started the company. Maybe I don't think he was one of the very first guys. That was like JT Smith and all those dudes. But Jason is a Philadelphia guy, as far as I know, and he's one of the guys that Ty Gordon brought in. And here it is, 1999, and he's still there. So that means he's there for years, you know. But he never got a job anywhere else. I've never seen him anywhere else. So I do wonder where he went. You know, did he just vanish? He's still working. Is he working with Ty Gordon? Is he security at his store? Oh, I like how he no sells her strikes. Despite the fact that she's kind of jacked too, he no sells her strikes and shit because he's so much bigger. She's about to suplex this bastard. The crowd's going nuts for this. And she trying to pick him up. Oh, she did pick him up. Oh, Samoan drop. And the referee suck in ECW. Jesus Christ. Stupid fucking ref. Is he wearing a knee brace? Oh no, he's just wearing baggy pants. Most of the concussion lawsuit guys were in the Hall of Fame. Well, there was like, I think there was a bunch of people, because I don't remember how many people were involved with that. It was a lot. I know that much. It was over a dozen people that was involved with the concussion lawsuit. It was like, I don't know what, 15 maybe people that was involved with that concussion lawsuit. I just remember only a few of them were involved with it. It's hard for me to remember everybody who's involved with that damn thing. Of course, everybody knows Ashley Massaro was involved with it, which is the only reason anybody even recognized who she is and her career is because of that letter she wrote that, you know, appears nowhere but in the concussion lawsuit and nowhere else. There's somebody actually about to do a podcast on that, and they're gonna retrace her life or some nonsense. From her beginnings to when she ultimately iced herself. I don't know. I'm telling you, it's literally only because they could portray her as a victim that they even care about Ashley Massaro. There's plenty of women that who have been in wrestling that, you know, didn't make it pretty much anywhere, but a lot of them are still alive. You know, some of them are dead, but most of them are still alive, and nobody cares about them. Like nobody cares about Layla L. By the way, that sucks. Caitlyn, nobody cares about her. That sucks. But because Ashley ended up icing herself, all of a sudden you had to spend, I think that's about to be a 4-hour podcast on her life. I'm like, oh my God, are you serious? Good luck with that. I don't begrudge people because, you know, there's people who are interested in that kind of stuff. But you do have to question what the hell are they going to get out of that? You know, what is going to be gained from this outside of I'm about to go on a muckraking mission? All right, it's Don Callis, aka the Jackal. We at Character Development.
By the way, I love the tagline. Wait a minute. What is it? Oh yes. Oh my goodness. Brilliant. Tremendous. I just can't see why Vince fired your ass. An international matchup between two light heavyweights.
Don Callis is really good at talking. I can tell you that much. I don't know what else he can do, but he can talk. Oh no, not the full-blooded Italians. I hate the full-blooded Italians. Cyrus the Virus. The Jackal. Who told him to put a diamond or whatever the hell in the middle of his forehead, though? Oh, these are the trashiest looking people I've ever seen. Oh my God. It looked like they emptied all of their bars into this arena. For Christ's sake. They emptied every dive within 100 yards into this arena. Little Guido, a.k.a. Nunzio. The only thing I've ever seen this guy do that I cared a lot about was him getting speared in the Royal Rumble by Goldberg. That was excellent. That was top quality TV. Not saying that he was terrible at all. He was just kind of nothing as far as I was concerned. But my goodness, he sold the shit out of that spear. That was great. And him being so small is what made it so fun. The only thing they really did with him was triple threat matches. That was really the only thing he ever did in ECW. I think he might have won a tag team title or two, but 99% of the time he was in triple threat matches. It was super crazy. Where he is now. God damn, that's a lot of material that guy got on right here. Big Sal. He ain't never lied about the fuck his name is. Oh, well, I was just talking about Super Crazy. Here he is. Super Crazy still wrestles from time to time. Super Crazy rules. I was always a fan of Super Crazy. I hate that it never really worked out for him in like WCW or WWE or anything like that. And I always wondered why. He lasted in WWE longer than I thought he would. But, you know, he was the last one of the three with Hoovy and Psychosis that was still around. At least I think so. He outlasted Psychosis, didn't he? I know Hoovy got himself fired pretty early. But I think he outlasted Psychosis. All right, so the lawsuit guys were Mr. Fuji, he's dead. Coco Beware, he's still alive. Dynamite Kid, he's dead. Animal, he was alive at the time. Paul Orndorff, I think he was alive at the time. Jimmy Snuka, I think he might have been alive at the time. Chavo Guerrero still alive. The Hebners, Kamala, I think he was alive at the time. Sabu, of course, still alive. Jad's still alive. Rodney Mack, because of her husband, Perry Saturn. Butch Reed, who I'm pretty sure was dead. Ball's estate. Ball? What was that? Mabel? I know Mabel was part of this too. And the Powers of Pain. That would be Ming the Barbarian. No, Raven was a part of a different lawsuit then. Because his name is not listed here. So he's a part of a different. Yeah, he was part of the independent contractor lawsuit. It was Raven, Mike Sanders, and somebody else. But yeah, a lot of these people, like, they would have been in the Hall of Fame before the lawsuit even happened. I can't think of anybody who got inducted afterwards, though. Yeah, I think most of these people would have been in the Hall of Fame before they filed the lawsuit. Yeah, that makes sense. I'm pretty sure Demolition was involved with that too, right? And I know Mabel's estate was involved with it too. What the fuck is the name? Nelson. Last name is listen. I'm losing the last name. It was Nelson something or other. But I know his estate. I think his daughter or whatever has sued him in the concussion lawsuit. It was a bunch of people. I think it was terrible. Like, none of this stuff is good. And the invasion angle was not a good idea from the beginning. None of it was any good. But then again, I wasn't watching. Nelson Frazier. There we go. Oh, Balls Mahoney? Okay. Yeah. Yeah, you got to be kidding me putting Balls Mahoney in there. That guy who hit himself in the head with a chair for a living? Please. Guys who work for Vince Sr., like Jimmy Snuka, are you fucking serious? Sabu? Oh, I didn't know what I was doing to myself, said Sabu, whose uncle was the Sheik. You know, stabbing people in the head with ice picks. Get the fuck out of here. I had no earthly idea that I could get brain injury. Please. That's nonsense, bro. But there was a ton of people involved with that damn thing because I didn't know Balls Mahoney was involved with it. I always said though that if they got people like it'll probably work more, and if the concussion lawsuit would have happened, let's say these days, and you had a bunch of wrestlers who were recruited by WWE, like they're going around recruiting athletes now. They're about to do their campus rush thing again, and they're going out and recruiting a bunch of wrestlers. So if they were recruiting people who had never really wrestled anywhere before, I could see why you would sue. But most of these people had careers for like Mr. Fuji was wrestling in the fucking 60s. How is that Vince's fault that he didn't know how that hitting himself in the head with a chair was gonna fuck him up? Are you serious? Like Paul Orndorff was wrestling in the 70s, bro. Like long before Vince McMahon bought the WWF. It was ridiculous. That's the thing about the lawsuit. A lot of the lawsuits, man, it was a cash grab. It wasn't a legitimate let's try to fix the industry. It was who needs money? Oh, you need some money. Let's go and sue. Oh, what did I say? Yeah, Warlord and Barbarian. What did I say? I said Warlord and Barbarian, right? Oh no, I said Ming. All right, whatever. I don't know why I thought it was Ming. Okay, yeah, You're right. Warlord and the Barbarian. Why the fuck would I think it was Ming? I know the Power of the Pain. It's all Polynesians, so. But Ming is. I don't think anything hurt Ming. You could probably hit Ming in the head with a dresser, and you'd probably be all right. God damn, Nunzio was super skinny. It's like these guys almost exclusively wrestled each other. Every time I look at an ECW pay-per-view, if Super Crazy is in the match, Nunzio is in the match. It just feels like these guys only wrestled each other, and I don't get why. Oh, excellent! Running neck breaker. That's a simple move that you don't see anymore. Demolition were just a long list to fit in one chat. It had to be a good 50 people, because this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11, 13, 14, 15, 16, 18. That's 18 just that he just listed off. And we were talking about at least 20. At least 20 people. Because he didn't mention Ashley, he didn't mention Demolition. That's at least 21 people. And there has to be more than that, because I believe there were some more people that was involved with that thing too. What? I don't understand. They really forced Cyrus onto everybody with him doing commentary. Nobody asked for this fucking guy to be in the commentary booth. He can talk, but I miss the days of Joey Styles doing it by himself. So this is definitely TNN. Well, I don't think was they on TNN yet. I think they might have been. Yeah, 'cause I think they got on TNN in '99. I think. I'm trying to remember off the top of my head. When did they get on TNN? Well, he's doing his network gimmick, so they are on TNN. So they're fighting out in the crowd, which got ECW sued a bunch of times. It would have been nice if Todd Gordon would have talked about the lawsuits a little bit more in the book, but he didn't. Oh, the moonsault off the bleachers. That was wild. If you're on the other side, you can't see shit, but hey, it looked great on TV. Yeah, they called him super crazy. So yeah, he kind of does crazy shit from time to time. This chubby fuck, he rules. And he doesn't speak no English. Yeah, right. Nobody's ever lost an ECW match by count out. Damn, they throwing beer? That's a new one. I don't know the last time I saw somebody throw beer. You only get that shit in the 90s. I think they stopped that shit. Stopped that shit in the 2000s. I think somebody might have got hit with a beer or something like that, and during the ruthless aggression era, but they kind of cut down all the shit throwing. They were really blowing it out of proportion, especially in WCW. Oh, that springboard spin wheel kick was nuts. Okay, yeah, the TNN deal was in May. This is July, so yeah, they was on TV already. King Kong Bundy, he probably would have been dead at the time. Axel Rotten, yeah. No, King Kong Bundy might have been alive. I think he died recently. Shane Douglas, I'm not surprised about that. Mark Jindrak, Sylvain Grenier, Chavo Guerrero Sr., Adam Bomb, Slick, Muhammad Hassan. Yeah, he wasn't even in the company that long. Marty Jannetty, he's a drug addict, bro. Well, for starters, Chavo Guerrero Sr. was wrestling before Vince McMahon even bought the company, so forget it. Axel Rotten did everything retarded under the sun, so why he blaming Vince is pretty ridiculous. King Kong Bundy started wrestling in Texas when he was like 19, so he already had a long career before he came to WWF. Well, not a long career, but he had already had a career wrestling the Von Erichs and shit before he came to WWF. I'm not so sure about Mark Jindrak. I know he was a young guy when he got signed to WCW. Sylvain Grenier, I don't have no idea. I have no backstory. I don't know where he came from. Muhammad Hassan might be one of these guys who might have been trained by WWE. I don't think so, but he's somebody I'm unsure about. And Slick's old. Fuck out of here. Adam Bomb, I'm pretty sure he wrestled like a territory or something like that because he was a grown man in like '94 when they gave him that goofy gimmick. He says a few guys I don't feel like listening so far. 50 wrestling personalities. Yeah, I knew it was a lot of people. I knew it was a lot. For Christ's sake, it was more than I thought. Like at first, I thought it was like maybe 20, 25, and then I thought, okay, it was at least 10 or 15. So I could think of like 5 or 6 on the top of my head. Then I'm seeing like all these other people. I'm like, oh shit, that was an awful Fame Master. Big Sal was too big to do anything. Very odd. Oh, yeah, that lawsuit was nutty. The idea being that if you could just start lining people up, eventually they would just, settle and we'd win a bunch of money. Nope, nope, nope. It didn't happen that way. Oh boy, that was unfortunate. But this was also a long time ago now. It legitimately was a long time ago now. How long ago was this thing filed? It was at least 10 years, right? I think it was thrown out in like 2014 or maybe 2015. I don't think it was thrown out sooner than that. I think it was thrown out like, I think the channel had started by then. So it'd been like 2020, 2019. But I'm almost certain it was actually a little bit ago when the case was actually thrown out. But then again, a lot of that stuff is the I think the website is still up too, even though that guy has that guy, the attorney Constantine Kairos, his name just came up recently because he owes WWE like $300,000 or something like that from his behavior from this thing that happened. I don't know, got to be about 10 years ago now. They gonna fuck around and get that guy disbarred. They going ham on him. They said he was unethical and he was disrespecting the judge and all this kind of stuff. He's an idiot. Oh, he's doing moonsaults off of each turnbuckle. That's pretty cool. Oh no, he botched it. Oh, he botched it again. Yeah, I'm not interested at all. I'm not interested at all. Look, the world heavyweight title is an interesting gimmick, but the quality of the opponents has made it seem like an intercontinental title. If it was a real world championship, they would be building up contenders. I'm saying like real legitimate contenders, not guys who are mid carders forever and now all of a sudden. It's no different than when they gave Kofi Kingston like Dolph Ziggler as a first opponent or something. Like nobody believes in that fucking guy. It's sad considering a chunk of the names were in the Hall of Fame. Yeah, a lot of those people were in the Hall of Fame already. I was thinking that there was somebody that was put in the Hall of Fame afterwards, and I can't tell who that would have been because I don't know how long ago it was. He beat him with a power bomb. One thing I can say is Super Crazy is good. Not and the other guys, Nunzio's okay. He just kind of just nothing to me. He just exists. I don't hate him, don't like him, but Super Crazy, he rules ass. And he got a Jerry curl and he's Mexican. It rules. Oh, the Dudley Boy's about to wrestle. Oh, brother. Oh, brother.
ECW, the biggest news in the history of this promotion. We debut finally not only a national pay-per-view in the U.S., but in Canada as well on TNN, the national network. Friday night, August 27th, the series starts 8 p.m. on national cable television. It's huge. It's huge. Cyrus is going to be at, 100 million homes, 200 million homes? At about 85 million between the U.S. and Canada. And win a lot of friends that way, influence a lot of people.
Oh, so they're not on the network yet. They started the month after this. Okay. Yeah, I mean that's clearly what they were saying is that WWE inherited liability. You can throw that shit out. Nobody cares about that because they can't even prove that any of that stuff.
We're gonna find out, and I love it. Oh, now you're just trying to butter me out.
The Dudley Boys back when they were cool, not like when they're 80 years old on TV now. I don't hate the Dudley Boys. It's just I wish they would go away for a little while. Devon actually did go away. Bubba refuses. Well, he was close. They on a, they on the top maybe 15 list. I wouldn't say they're at the top, but I would say the Dudley Boys are a solid top 15, maybe top 20. I certainly got them higher than the Nasty Boys. It's very weird that people like the Nasty Boys. Bubba's Mouth was the theme music, and the booze, that was the theme music. Here comes Joel Gertner. Hopefully he says something funny, because Joel Gertner pops me every fucking time. Well, look at that lining. No, but that's Big Pop. Bubba about to try to go low on everybody. I know it might call somebody a dick sucker or something crazy like that, right?
Just being in this miserable piece of shit city makes me fucking.
Oh wow.
You people are nothing but lower class white trash pieces of garbage.
You tell Ohio. Yes, that is absolutely true of Ohio. You ain't never lied about the Appalachians. They're born with their brains in backwards.
Are gonna find out why me and my brother Devon are the best goddamn tag team in the world. And if we had the time, we would come out there and kick every one of your asses.
He said we had the time. Yes, let's take a state of these people. The absolute state of this crowd. Oh, he called him a fag. I know that because that was on the ECW joint. They bleeped it. That's the only thing they bleeped out of this whole shit. Oh my god. He said, that sounds like a party I would like to go to. You knew damn well he wasn't gonna be able to do this shit on TV. Why was they thinking he's gonna do any of this on TV? Oh, he triggered. Oh, he triggered. Look at him. Oh, he triggered. How do you know his name?
You know what? It seems that you're a little confused. So since you won't come to us, we'll come to you. Uh-oh, here comes an insurance disaster. Big lawsuit.
Why is Bubba doing this? Is he retarded? Oh my God. Oh, she's spitting on him. They're spitting on each other. They're gross. Oh my God. He came to Ohio and people are these inbred assholes here. They're spitting on each other. Jesus Christ.
I can't believe that. I'm shocked. That woman has no class.
No, she doesn't. She's classless. I agree with Cyrus the Virus again. This shit is great. This is the best thing on the show so far. It is offensive. Oh yeah, Joel Gerton. Hell yeah, let's go for it.
Why go to the movies when you can stay home and see me, the one the ladies call Big Daddy, the one who already slept with the general's daughter, and the one who truly knows how to inspect her gadget.
Oh.
I am dripping with sarcasm as your girlfriend is dripping from orgasm, for I am the quintessential stud muffin and a goodness gracious, great balls of fire, goddamn handsome man. Joel, whether the ladies are home or here in Dayton, they're watching me and masturbating.
Huge pop.
I was about to announce
Huge pop.
my comrade and my co-conspirator, the only man with the signs for the 1 and 999s, Sign Guy Dudley.
I'm pretty sure whatever this is about to be better than whatever they. I don't know who they wrestling. I guess it don't even matter. This is better than the match already.
Cordially and collectively introduce to you the team that gets more ass than the toilet seat at the proctologist's office. They are the ruling, reigning, and record-shattering. Not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not even 5, but Sign Guy. What's the name of that song that we were singing in the limo earlier? That's right. 867-5309. 6 time ECW Tag Team Champions of the World, Bubba Ray and Devon, the Dudley Ball. Can you believe how much airtime Joe Gerber gets?
Because he's good. He's fucking hilarious. He looks like everybody's neighbor, but he's funny. Opponents. They don't even matter. Who are their opponents? Uh-oh. Oh, Balls Mahoney and Spike Dudley. Okay. All right. I see what we're doing here. Let's move on. WG Phil says that he thinks that a lot of people who sue will end up in the legacy wing. But I think it'll be better to just induct Heyman and Tommy, considering they are the only ECW alumni who didn't sue. Well, I think that would be safe. You know, that would be safe. I think that I think Heyman and Tommy are the safest choices because they're the only guys who aren't also tied to a lot of terrible shit. You know, um, Tommy Dreamer has never been a drug addict. Like the only thing that he did that was really fucked up was the whole Ric Flair thing, his response to the Ric Flair Dark Side of the Ring situation, and that was recent. But he was never involved in like any serious criminal activity. He wanted to murder Paul Heyman, but he didn't. so that's good. But Shane Douglas, he's a drug addict, lifelong drug addict. Taz, he was involved with a highly illegal situation that involved an underage girl, if I remember correctly. Rob Van Dam's already in. Sabu has been involved with all kinds of horse shit. He's a PR nightmare. I would put Sabu in, but Sabu, of course, sued WWE. Sandman? Nah, probably not. He's a drunk alcoholic. Who knows if this guy's even still alive? Bubba just keeps spitting on people. What the fuck? He says do a group introduction. Why would you, I don't know if as a faction, I don't know who you would put in as a faction because you can't put ECW in as a faction. It's not a faction. It's a whole company. It's a whole territory. You know, it's like, fucking 150 people or something like that. You can't just induct all of these people. You're gonna put ECW in the Hall of Fame. Like, I don't know about that. Take certain people out and put them in the Hall of Fame. I think the appropriate people will end up in there anyway, with the exception of maybe a few. Ooh, what a bump from Spike Dudley. Oh, Jesus. Ooh, what a bump. Ugh. I don't think a Joel Gertner Cyrus match would have been any good. It'd have been comedy on the mic, though. I don't see why you would put Cena, Orton, Batista, and Brock in the Hall of Fame at one time. Why would you do that? I mean, it's pretty clear to me that they're going to give each one of them their own class. It seems to me like that's what they're going to do. I don't see why you would. I'm wondering who's going to be the headliner for this year's Hall of Fame, by the way. Everybody keeps saying Batista, and he keeps, he's dodging it. Like it's almost like he don't want to do it. But I'm wondering who it's going to be this year too, because it really it's not that many people. There's not that many headliners left. So I'm guessing it'll probably fuck around and be Randy Orton or Brock or somebody like that. Somebody who's winding down. What about Nova? Simon Dean? Simon Dean sucks. And Nova was even worse. Matter of fact, no, I wouldn't say that. Simon Dean sucked really bad. He ended up being an office stooge, which was even the funniest thing about it. Ooh. I got to know what drugs Spike Dudley was doing that made him take the bumps that he was taking. Like literally, he was taking the nuttiest bumps of all time, bro. And regularly, pretty much every match is just him getting launched from one place to another. Not like Rey Mysterio, who actually got like serious offense in. Like 90% of the match would be like Spike Dudley getting thrown into something or thrown off something or launched into the crowd or some nonsense like that. But no, Simon Dean ended up being an office stooge, so no. He wasn't any good anyway. I was surprised that he even showed up in WWE when he popped up as Simon Dean. I was surprised to even see him there. He seemed like a guy who was destined for TNA, as far as I'm concerned. I didn't even watch Triple H in 2002. It was so bad. No, he's more of an underdog than X-Pac. X-Pac at least he has serious offense against people. He's more like Mikey Whipwreck. Mikey Whipwreck and Spike Dudley were just terminally underdogs who just seem to get the pace beaten out of them. You know? Yeah, but they could have did it last year with Batista, and he had some excuse why he couldn't do it. So maybe he'll do it this year. But then you still have to build a class around him. So I'm guessing maybe him and Randy at the same time. I guess. But after that, then who? You know, that's gonna be my question. If you put in Batista and Randy in WrestleMania 40, who's next? You know, I'm kind of at a loss. I'm pretty sure there's somebody that's not in that I'm not thinking about, but I think they should put Goldust in the Hall of Fame. How about that? I don't think he's retired yet though. Plus he works in AEW. But just to give Cody an opportunity to do another speech, they should put. Well, Goldust deserves to be in there anyway. The headliner should be Paul. I think the headliner has to be a wrestler. So I would go with Paul maybe as the co-headliner. Who inducts Paul though? Who do you think should induct Paul? If you're gonna put Paul Heyman in the Hall of Fame, who? He just licked his blood. Fuck. Who inducts Paul? Maybe Joey Styles. Oh, Joey Styles ain't coming out of whatever he's doing to do this. Maybe Foley. I think Foley might be or Steve Austin. They keep licking each other's blood. What is wrong with these people? It's a tag team match, man. They completely left the tag, the team, the ring. They left everything. Maybe Joey Styles should get put in the Hall of Fame. How about that? Yeah, he should go ahead and let Goldust get put in the Hall of Fame. Him and Chris Jericho. I think it's just go and get it out the way. You know, just go ahead and get it out of the way. I don't think Christian is in there either. Is he? No, Christian's not in the Hall of Fame yet either. Why in the world would Steve Corino be the inductor for Paul? I don't want Steve Corino anywhere near a television that I'm watching. All right. If you could just promise me that there will be no Steve Corino, I don't care who you put in there. But I think Triple H is going to be picking the Hall of Fame guys now, or at least he's going to have final say over them. So expect like Wildfire Tommy Rich or some shit to get put in the Hall of Fame all of a sudden. And everybody's going to be like, who? I'm fucking around, but still people probably would be like, who? Tommy Rich? I'm pretty sure people started getting the phone calls around December anyway. I think that's when Sabu decided he was going to out Rob Van Dam as being a Hall of Famer. Is when he found out it was around the Royal Rumble. Maybe Bubba should introduce Paul. Or Tommy should introduce Paul. I think Tommy could do it. I would probably have Foley do it because he's a better orator. But I think Tommy would be a good one. If you don't put Tommy in, you could have Tommy induct Paul. If he doesn't like choke him to death first. I always like questioned about, guys like Ted Turner being put in the Hall of Fame. I don't think they would do it, but it would be interesting, wouldn't it? If they put like Ted Turner in the Hall of Fame, that would be cool. It'd probably be posthumous, but it would be interesting. He had a pretty important hand in building wrestling on television. Oh man, Cena with a Hall of Fame induction, I wouldn't be too upset about it because I know it wouldn't be over. I knew it wouldn't be over. I don't think it's going to be over until until they have the big boots left in the ring moment. But there's still some guys that are out there who are deserving of putting in the Hall of Fame. It's just maybe there is some kind of complication. Like I said, Jericho, Goldust, Christian. There's some guys out there. But it's just well, I guess they're gonna put Bray Wyatt in, definitely, right? But then you also got CM Punk. Bryan Danielson is another one because that's his name just popped up, but he's in AEW. You think they would do business with CM? Like if they do anything with CM Punk, I think it would be the Hall of Fame induction. That would be fun. I think that would be good catharsis for the audience too. He doesn't have to wrestle. He's not going to main event WrestleMania. He gets to put a suit on and come out there and pretend that he likes everybody and talk about how much he likes the fans and all this kind of shit. And that's it. Call it a day. I think they would do that. Randy Orton and Paul Heyman. Well, they putting Bray Wyatt in, so I forgot about that. He's definitely going in this year. So you can. He's definitely going in. It's all about he can't be the headliner because he's dead, but he's definitely going in this year. Bam Bam Bigelow's not in yet. I don't think so. Bam Bam Bigelow's not in the Hall of Fame yet, is he? Because he should be if he's not. Oh, these guys trust each other way too much, licking each other's blood and shit. Oh no! Ugh. They trying their best to get this match over. They beat the shit. I think Vince gonna fucking cry when Cena goes into the Hall of Fame. Who the hell inducts John Cena into the Hall of Fame? That's what I want to say. Yeah, they're gonna put Bray Wyatt in the Hall of Fame like immediately He's not gonna be the headliner though. He can't be. They don't let dead people headline, so it's not about to happen. Ooh, that Spine Buster from Balls Mahoney is actually pretty sweet. Yeah, they typically put a guy who died on the roster. They put him in the Hall of Fame pretty quick. Well, I guess now that if Pillman Jr. is signed, maybe they'll put Brian Pillman in the Hall of Fame. He's dead too. I guess they could do that, right? And he could induct his own dad. That could be nice. Because they didn't really put the Steiner brothers in until Braun Breaker became a big deal on the show on the roster. The Nutcracker Sweep. What a finisher. Oh, good God. You know, they could put the Wyatt family in the Hall of Fame. Because they could put Brody Lee in the Hall of Fame, too. That way they could do Bray Wyatt and Brody Lee. They have to put Eric Rowan in, but if you put the Wyatt family in, does that include Braun Strowman? That's my question. Like, what the fuck? What, roll-ups? That was actually an interesting story, and I actually didn't hate the story idea that they just did here. The Dudley Boys were dominating, beating the shit out of these guys. I don't like the double pinfall concept. That was kind of lame. But, you know, them getting the shit kicked out of them and still managing to fight through it, actually a pretty good story. WG, when do you think we will see PG era induction, and who should be the first PG era representative? I'm thinking it's going to be CM Punk, if we're being honest. And I think it's going to be sooner rather than later. I don't think it'll be Cena. I think it's going to end up being Punk, because I think it's going to be sooner rather than later. Or they might put the Wyatt family in. And I'm thinking they might do that, because it covers Bray Wyatt and Brody Lee. And you can have both families on the stage at the same time. You could have Eric Rowan there. But then that's the question, do you put Braun Strowman in with the Wyatt family? If you induct the Wyatt family into the Hall of Fame, does that include Braun Strowman? Or the original incarnation of the Wyatt family? Because you have every excuse in the book to put the Wyatt family in the Hall of Fame now. And nobody will argue that they shouldn't be in there. 2/3 of the group is dead, or at least half the group, depending on what iteration of the guys that you're looking at. Like when they did the Four Horsemen, they put more than 4 people in the Hall of Fame. So it was like 6. So I think they put Barry Windham in there too. They didn't put Kendall Windham in there, even though he wasn't a horseman. They didn't put Luger in with them, even though Luger was a horseman. They didn't put Sting in with them, even though Sting was a horseman for a short time. They didn't put a Paul Roma in there, no Malenko, no Pillman. So they decided they was going to put the 4 horsemen in the Hall of Fame, and they just chose 4 people because Ole Anderson I don't think is in there either. I think they excommunicated Ole Anderson. So, but when they put the Freebirds in there, they put 4 members of the Freebirds in there because they put Buddy, Jimmy Jam, Bam Bam, and Michael Hayes. But since Michael Hayes and Jimmy Jam are the only 2 that's still alive, they just went ahead and they need to have some living people, for Christ's sake. That's why I'm thinking if they do the Wyatt family. Oh my God, Bubba! Oh my God, Bubba just dropped fucking Balls Mahoney right on his fucking neck. Oh my God. What the fuck? How careless could you be? Isn't that why he didn't get that singles push that he was looking for when he was in WWE? He ended up dropping Triple H on his head and he couldn't lift him for a power bomb. And he just did it to Balls Mahoney. Yes, I think he just broke his fucking neck. He wanted to put him through a table. Oh, well, they hadn't introduced the 2-man power bomb yet because they weren't thinking about it. But he just dropped this guy right on his fucking head. Bro, are you serious? Have I seen the regular show? No, I have not. Oh, it's New Jack. The original gangster New Jack with his shopping cart full of shit. I was never a big fan of New Jack. Oh my god. I like to see the Wyatt, but Tony probably going to cock block Brody. He ain't got nothing to do with that. His wife works there, but his wife's not an on-screen character. So there's nothing you can do about that. And I think it's more meaningful for the fans if you do Bray and Brody together than to do them separately. I think you just do the Wyatt family and do it together. Considering they were so close, do it together. You know? And I think it would be better for Eric Rowan too, so he won't have to do it twice. You know? Just let him do this once and get it out of his system. Instead of trying to make this guy do it twice. That's fucked up. Because we know you're putting him in there. He got a vacuum? Oh my God. He hit him in the nuts with a vacuum. But that plate probably protected his balls. But it still probably didn't feel very good. Ugh. The fans love New Jack, and I don't know why. Everybody's just laying around on the floor. Poor Balls Mahoney. Somebody get him a gurney. Adam. Yeah, Bubba, you careless fuck. You just broke Balls Mahoney's neck. Oh, he's moving. Devon oversells whenever he gets hit in the head. Period. That really weird stand and sell that he does is fucking funny. Look at how seriously they taking this man just getting dropped on his head. New Jack's basically grabbed him by the head and pulled him on his feet. But I guess he went over there and asked him if he was okay first. Oh yeah, the Von Erichs was sad as fuck. It was one of the saddest ones for sure. I think this Wyatt family one gonna be pretty damn sad too, bro. That one's gonna be sad as hell too. That's why you need to go ahead and do it once and call it a day instead of trying to do that shit twice. Tommy Dreamer's coming to the ring finally with Francine. Oh my God, why is Tommy dressed like this? I guess it is mid-July. If you're gonna try to be sexy, I guess now is the time. Damn, Tommy is young as hell back then. I don't know, man. Tommy Dreamer, kind of Al Snowish, if you ask me. But I would put him in the Hall of Fame. He's so well known for ECW. For stuff that he did on the screen and behind the scenes, I would put him in there for sure. Why not? WWE ECW was no good. I don't. It's just there's no point in talking about it. Do-rag Vince was great though, and I think everybody recognizes that. If you've been on Twitter for more than 15 minutes, you know how much they love Do-rag Vince on Twitter. It's the number. It's probably like one of the number one trending characters that ever pops up like every other day. People have already taken Mexican drug lord Vince McMahon and put a do-rag on him. That's how much they love do-rag Vince.
There's a lot of people, cable representatives, pay-per-view representatives, national TV representatives. 3 weeks ago, I watched a pay-per-view called WWE King of the Ring.
Boo! I don't remember it, but boo! King of the Ring '99 was that Billy Gunn? Boo! '99? I don't think I've seen that one.
And this shows nothing on the wrestler because every wrestler that steps in the ring deserves your praise and credit and all the respect that you people always give them. But we still got a couple matches to go. But let me ask you people, and please show the millions watching at home and every cable representative, is this the pay-per-view standard to set or what?
You kidding me? Outside of those 10 minutes that the Dudley Boys were out there kicking ass and calling people fags, it was great. That was great. The rest of this stuff,
I got 2 parts of my special announcement. For all those of you who maybe live under rocks or live in closets or, way out in the boondocks, as everybody knows, now ECW can be seen Friday nights, 8 o'clock on the Nashville Network. Why can Dreamer just come out here and do whatever he wants? That means, I believe, 86 million viewers in the United States and 17 million in the hardcore country of Canada. Seriously, when the hell did we ever go to war with Canada? They got some great athletes, all right?
oh, shut up, Tommy. Fuck off.
Now, from the bottom of my heart, to every single wrestler.
I don't know about that whole Randy Orton and the Wyatt family thing. That don't make sense. That was for an angle. I don't think he would do that. He wasn't in there long term. That's like putting Daniel Bryan in the Hall in the Wyatt family Hall of Fame.
I wrestled on an ECW show with 50 people on it.
Oh, that's sad.
Put on one hell of a show, and those 50 people told friends, and then we grew that house to 100, and then it went to 200, so forth, and now I believe this Dayton Arena is sold out.
How many people are in the building though, Tommy? 2,000, 400.
We had small houses. We had one TV station. Then we went, and all you want to do is achieve pay-per-view. We did it. And then all we wanted was national TV, and we did it. And now, without your support, we wouldn't be here. But what do you say? We make ECW the #1 wrestling federation in the world today.
Good luck with that, Tommy. Not with Danny Doring and Steve Corino on your show.
The second part of my note is the harder.
They were so excited about this TNN thing. What's going on here? I think you're about to do a fake retirement. What's happening now? Yeah, clearly he's about to say something important, and some jagoff thinks it's important. Oh, here we go, Steve Green. Oh, Jesus. Ugh. Yes, I've seen Jack Victory stand up. On this episode, I've seen him stand up. Oh. Ugh. He is so generic. Oh my God. What was Heyman thinking? What was he snorting or smoking or whatever? I don't know. I think Elon and Axel Rotten got him beat. Nothing. He wanted to kill Paul afterwards. That's what he got him.
What he's not telling you is that Tommy Dreamer's physical therapy is not working. Tommy Dreamer's two herniated discs in his back are not getting better. Tommy Dreamer needs back surgery. 1 plus 1 plus 1 equals Tommy Dreamer's career is over. What?
This kid is so fucking scrawny. I fucking hate Steve Corino. And not in he's a good heel way. His voice keeps cracking. Huge pop. It was a very stupid question.
After all the tables, after all the chair shots, after all the fights of blood, Tommy Dreamer, let me ask you one question. Was it really worth it for all these people?
Of course, Tommy's gonna say yes.
What are you nuts? You're dead. You have no career. You have to retire. You need surgery. Your career is over. What's wrong with you?
He got a mullet. His tights look like shit. His voice keeps cracking. He got yellow boots. Please get this guy off my fucking TV. This is the greatest shape of your life?
You know why? Because I wrestle. I go in here and I give the people what they want, and that's what all the cool style wrestlers do. He's Mr. Tackle Drop Down.
Mr. Tackle Drop Down.
You had to be the innovator of violence. Well, now, Tommy, I have a role for you. Since you, the guy that worked here since day one, will never, ever wrestle on TNA. And I will. Why don't you do the traditional thing? Lay down right here. I will lay on top of you. I will hook your leg because I respect the veteran. That's nice of him. I will then elevate my career to superstardom. And you can go on to the pasture and get a job somewhere else. Maybe delivering flowers. Maybe you'll be a secretary. Dreamer, lay down for me because Heatwave is my night.
Paul Heyman had to be on drugs to push Steve Corino. This kid is awful. And it's the wildest thing is he wasn't the only one dumb enough to push Steve Corino.
In a wheelchair, I'll never lay down for you. I'll never do the job for you. I'll never put you over. Because I've been in this company for 6 years. You've been in this company for about 4 months. And it was me and guys like me breaking their backs for people like this. So shove it up your ass.
It's too much inside baseball, but that's typical of ECW. I'll never do the job for you. I'll never put you over. Oh, you hit him in the back. All right, now this is actually interesting. He's stomping with his punches, even though Tommy is no selling them. Hilarious chop. That chop's hilarious. Yeah, right. Oh my God. Oh my Lord. Please get Steve Corino off TV. If I was building a Hall of Fame class with Cena headlining, who would be the mid-card tag team women's celebrity? I don't know, but I think in terms of celebrity, you can't do Karl Malone. At least I don't think so, because everybody's outing him as having sex with a 13-year-old girl. You can't do that. Can't do it Lawrence Taylor. He's also a pedophile or a rapist or something nonsensical like that. You could do Dennis Rodman for a celebrity. You could also do oh shit, what's her name? Oh, she's not in the Hall of Fame yet. It's right on the tip of my tongue. It's right on the tip of my tongue. My goodness. What is fuck? Never mind. I'll come back to it. It'll come back to me eventually. Mickie James as the woman. Tag team. I would put Demolition in there, and I guess your mid Carter. I don't know. Who is there? Anybody from the Golden Age that's not in there yet? That probably should be, or somebody from the New Generation era. Maybe Lex Luger. So maybe Lex Luger. Oh, Tommy's holding Tajiri, so he can't leave. So Taz and Tajiri is not the main event? Oh, I forgot ECW used to do that shit all the time. A world championship match is not the main event, which is typical. Yeah, Elizabeth could be the woman. You know, that wouldn't be too bad. I would prefer Mickie James because she's alive. The celebrity wing should have been a slam dunk, though. Tanaka? Pat Tanaka? No. Tatanka? No. 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 Sorry, not Tatanka. No. I wouldn't be able to do that. I couldn't live with myself if I put Tatanka in the Hall of Fame. It's not that he's bad or anything. It's just I just don't consider Tatanka to be a legend. You know, there needs to be a position under legend. Maybe alumni is the right word. Man, are you moving these guardrails? Oh, Shelton Benjamin or MVP? Yeah. No Tatanka. I can't do. If you put Tatanka in, you got to put Savio Vega in, right? They're about the same level of performer, and I wouldn't do that. I just don't think it's worth it. Two guys who were nowhere near the main event, who were only over for like a 2 or 3 year period, and spent most of the time doing jobs on or winning matches on superstars, and never won a singles championship. Was Tatanka even a tag team champion? I don't even think he was a tag champion. I don't think Savio Vega won anything either, if we're being honest. So I think Savio Vega and Tatanka about the same level of performer. I wouldn't put either one of them in the Hall of Fame if you ask me. Especially when Rick Martel is not in yet. So maybe Rick Martel. Ooh. Oh, that Alabama Slam. He's out of it. Woo. I guess Carlito was he's a substantial mid-carder. Won a bunch of United States championships and Intercontinental titles. He main evented a couple of shows. I know he main evented New Year's Revolution. He was in that 6-man thing. Other than that, I don't think he main evented any other shows. Didn't get a lot of title shots. Kind of bad reputation. I think they will eventually build a real Hall of Fame, though. That's going to happen. They just got to find a way to monetize it. If they can find somewhere they can put it and it could be monetized, they would do it. Like they're still talking about the here come the Tazplex. I like this move. Oh, that's badass. That shit look badass. And since Tajiri is small, it looked devastating. They standing up. I like the little bow. That was nice. Joey Styles called out Saturn for stealing Taz's move, even though I think Saturn was doing it first. Yeah, people are goofy about it not being real. It don't matter, like people very rarely get an opportunity to have one last hurrah and to be celebrated and for it to be televised. And they've been collecting a lot of gear and stuff, so I think they are going to eventually do a real Hall of Fame. They're just looking for a way to do it. They could build it, but is it going to make any money? And then if it doesn't make any money, then they have to close it. So why not let them take their time to build a museum or something like that? If it takes 15, 20 years in order for them to do it, then it takes that long. It's not like it matters. Do you think you're going to care less about Ric Flair's robes or whatever that they got in that goddamn warehouse less than they do now? There's a reason they're collecting all that shit. They're not collecting all that shit for nothing. So they're going to do a real Hall of Fame or a museum or something. They're probably just looking for somebody to partner with to sell all that shit too, or lease it all to. Boo! Head and arm tag place off the top rope. Oh, he killing this man. This is great. Oh, it will definitely get built in Florida. The thing is, are you gonna? It's gonna get built probably at a theme park or something like that. But I'm thinking like Universal Park. The issue that would be why put all that? Why take all of your expensive stuff and put it somewhere where it might flood and ruin every goddamn thing? Um, could you imagine if they spent like $10,000 on Ric Flair robes and then that shit get washed out because it flooded? Or oh my god, I'd be you ruin Andre's boots because it decided to hurricane out of nowhere. Oh my god, they're not gonna put it in butt fuck Indiana. I can tell you that much. They're gonna put it somewhere where there's a lot of tourism. So it either be like California, New York, or Florida. WWE inducted the Bushwhackers, and they never won. The Bushwhackers are an iconic tag team though, and they had a lot of history. Savio Vega and Pat Tatanka. I mean Pat Tatanka, and Tatanka are not really the same thing. Not really the same thing. Oh, Jack Victory's. Oh, he got hit in the face with a dude. Hit him in the face with a wheelchair. Yeah, Christian should definitely go into the Hall of Fame. I don't know what's taking so long. They'd probably do something slick like Edge and Christian as a tag team in the Hall of Fame, just so they could put Edge in there twice. Like Christian on his own, nah. But Edge and Christian, sure. Mm. Well, my question would be like, would they put in like Too Cool or something like that? Because someone telling me they probably would. I don't know about if that would be smart though. They probably would put Too Cool in the Hall of Fame, but I don't know. I don't know if I would enjoy that or not. I don't like Too Cool. They were a goofy gimmick at the time, kind of fun, but immortalize them, and that's like putting high energy in the Hall of Fame. Ooh, stiff kick. Taz is not big enough for you to be no selling people's kicks like this. So we waiting for Scotty to die? Is that what? Oh no! 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 Oh! Suplex through the table. That was great. That was excellent. Yeah, we waiting on Scotty to die? I don't know about that. I'm maybe it's because I lived through it. I'm not a big fan of like a lot of the Attitude Era shit. So I know that there's people who are like, "Oh, put Val Venus in the Hall of Fame." It's like I don't know. He's a bit. He's also, I think he's politically untenable. Somebody like Val Venus, but I don't know. Uh oh, what's he got here? What's that? Is that barbed wire? Oh, oh shit! Oh wow! Oh, so wait a minute. Rhino is out there. Steve Carino is out there. And they just let this happen. What the hell? What's happening? He just strangled him with barbed wire. That's crazy. That was nutty. How is that the finish though? This is ECW. That's no countouts disqualifications. What kind of finish is that? Did he? He tapped out on the apron? It's literally false count anywhere. Forget it. Who cares? It was great. It was great anyway. It was great. Submission on the. That's crazy. So we got one more match left. Oh, just incredible. Jesus. You know what? R-Truth is a good Hall of Fame induction. I don't think anybody would complain about that. That would be great. R-Truth is a good one. Yeah, R-Truth is good. Well, EC3 is not good, so I don't think that the idea that he didn't get a fair chance in WWE is like, have you anybody who thinks there's more to EC3? Okay, are you watching NWA right now? He's cutting decent promos because his promo style has changed a little bit. But I was never a big fan of EC3. I always thought he moved like a Lego wrestler. I just never thought much of him. He was gigantic, however. You know, I mean, there's enough horsepower in there to to fly from Detroit to Chicago. Now you're just trying to troll. Now you're trying to troll me, so I'm not even gonna entertain what you just said. I'm not even gonna. I'm taking it off the screen. Nobody needs to see it. Oh, penis head, just incredible. Aldo Montoya, the Portuguese man of war, who Paul Heyman thought was gonna try to make it to a main eventer. What a failure. Man, late stage ECW is such a joke. His gimmick is that he's got a kendo stick, y'all. We haven't been seeing those since '95. He also does I am the most disturbing wrestler. I am the most disrespectful. Yeah, there's a lot of young guys doing that gimmick. Nobody talks about him being in the clique because he's not one. He's basically he has no authority. Like when they talk about they ran Scott Hall out of ECW, you already know Justin Credible wasn't about that shit. He had no stroke. Bobby Roode's just a little bit too old. I think if he'd have came to WWE in like 2013, it'd have been different. But showing up in like 2015, 2016, 2017, he's a little long in the tooth. I do think he didn't get a fair chance, but he's won a bunch of tag team titles, was featured on the show a lot. You know, got to wrestle a big main event feud with Randy Orton. I just watched their Fastlane match the other day. I hadn't seen it in a long time. You know, really good stuff. I definitely think he could have been more, but I think that his age held him back quite a bit. Don Marie is hot. Crazy. So Paul Heyman's idea is find a guy, he's super fucking boring, but put a hot chick with him. That works, you know? Boring guy, hot chick. Okay, cool. At least you got something to look at. I'm actually surprised Dawn Marie lasted in WWE as long as she did, too. She was there for a long time. Well, not a long time. Like a long time would be like 10 years, but she was there for like what, 3 years, 4 years, maybe. Ken Shamrock should be in the Hall of Fame for sure, especially now that they fused with UFC. They could probably use a lot more of his UFC footage and stuff like that. Ken Shamrock should have been in the Hall of Fame. Yeah, absolutely. Yes, absolutely. Ken Shamrock should be in the Hall of Fame. Chris Harris was fat. If you've never seen Braden Walker, I don't see. But if you saw say somebody didn't get a fair chance, at least take into account everything. You know, that guy was clearly fat as fuck, and not the guy WWE was looking to hire. They wanted to hire Chris Harris when he was in AMW. He was jacked to the gills, but that was probably the gas. And then as soon as he came in, he was fat. Like you knew that he was dead in the water when he came in fat. You forget it. You know, I wish James Storm had stayed in WWE. I love me some James Storm. I wish he had stuck around. Jerry Lynn, the Indies' favorite guy. Every indie company loved them some Jerry Lynn. I legit like Jerry Lynn too. A very wrestler guy, but very high level. Sable, Sunny, or Dawn Marie? Well, probably Dawn Marie. No, I'm not it. Sunny, maybe, but she's who knows how much DNA you're exchanging when it comes to her. Jamaican Kofi Kingston is better than New Day Kofi Kingston. I certainly, I'm on the fence about that. You know, I'm on the fence about that because I was wrapped up in the Kofi Mania thing, and I wanted that to happen. I also wanted him to go forward in like 09 though. So I was a big fan of both versions. But I always thought Kofi was a really high level mid card guy. You know, he could have good matches and good feuds with people. He could cut promos. You know, but I didn't see him as being a guy that could go for a long period of time as a top guy. I don't know what it is about Ken Shamrock that he talks about WWE like they don't answer his phone calls. Like he said he's called Triple H a bunch of times. He just can't get him on the phone. I think they had an attitude about how he left because of his problems, you know, and him no showing a bunch of events and stuff. So it's very interesting. Wait, Jerry Lynn was 35 here? Holy shit. That's crazy, bro. That's an old motherfucker. But then again, he was wrestling in WCW in the early 90s. That's like Mr. JL or whatever, right? So yeah, I shouldn't be surprised. I know it's got to be weird watching this show and how much love they're showing to Sonya. Now that her and Rob are divorced, that's got to be weird. And it's kind of a bitter divorce too, and he kind of got a bad attitude about it. So I know it's got to be a really weird show for him to watch if he watched his shit back. But I'm pretty sure he meant it at the time, so no point in being bitter about it. But well, I don't know, man. Saying like Chris Harris didn't get a fair shot in WWE is like saying Black Rain didn't get a fair shot in TNA. It's like there's nothing you could do with that. The product you ordered was not the product you got. Sorry. I can't be mad at you for not going through with the transaction at that point. But yeah, I don't say you can say Mr. Kennedy didn't get a chance. He was pushed pretty heavily. He didn't. The shit was that he was considered unsafe. You know, Orton and Cena didn't want to work with him. If the top guys don't want to work with you, there's nothing you can do. I mean, it's that simple. Even though I don't think those were his fault, I think that Top guys just didn't want to work with him, so there was nothing he could do. It was better for him to get rid of him. He was also kind of unlikable. Oh wow. Lance Storm. My goodness. I hate everything about Lance Storm until the bell rings. Then I'm okay with Lance Storm. But everything up to that point, I can't stand it. But he got a haircut that actually fits his gimmick, which is hilarious. It fits his personality, which is so weird. I wonder if Jerry Lynn on the gas here, because he's kind of big. I wonder if he's on the gas here. What do you guys think? You guys think Jerry Lynn on the gas here? He's kind of jacked. Like Rob Van Dam is in shape, but it's not, unrealistic for his body type. You can tell he lifts weights, but Jerry Lynn, he looks obscenely jacked for his size. That's the funniest thing about the AEW conversation is how much they wrestle like these guys and have taken points from these guys, but they don't listen to them. Which is weird, because like, what the fuck is the point of having them if you're not gonna listen to them? Why Dean Malenko been sick off and on for like 2 years? Why are you calling him to work and he's not gonna listen to anything he got to say? What is the point? Really, what's the point? But why would you have Dustin back there? You're not gonna listen to him. And why would you push people who are not gonna listen to your agents and producers? What's the point of that? I was never a big fan of Sean O'Hare. I went back and watched some of those promos. They were okay. I think his stuff was that he was so tied to Roddy Piper, and then Piper went and did that dumbass interview and got himself fired, and that just kind of killed Sean O'Hare's gimmick. Because they actually was trying to push him. They was going to put him with Piper, but then Piper did what he did, and shit happens. Sad. I don't see it shouldn't have happened that way because it didn't have anything to do with him. But that's how WWE operates, man. They have an idea for you. One little thing goes wrong, everything just get thrown out of flushed down the toilet. Oh yeah, he was going to win the Intercontinental title, but he missed a flight, and then we just never got around to it again. Like what? What kind of plan can't be adjusted a little bit? Like, come on, man. What the fuck? It's one thing if the guy completely and totally fucked up. It's another thing when it's some minor shit. Like Roddy Piper, who is in his 50s at the time, shouldn't have been able to affect Sean O'Hare that much. Just shouldn't have been possible, But it was, which was really sad. So you telling me if Ric Flair would have gotten himself fired, we wouldn't have pushed Randy Orton and Batista? No. It was just a matter of nobody really cared about the cat anyway, which is really sad. So now his gimmick is that he's scared of Jerry Lynn? Is that what's going on here? The original Jort man. Well, he's probably not the original one, but he was wearing jorts back then. I can't stand Justin Credible. Jesus Christ. Paul Heyman's choice of guys that were going to take over for Sandman and Shane Douglas and Taz and all that. Like Mike Awesome was fine, He can really only do power bombs and jump off shit, but Okay, at least you got something there with him in terms of an attraction. But Justin Credible and Steve Carino, get the fuck out of here, please. Where did he even find these fucking guys? Like, I know where he found Justin Credible. He's one of the cast offs from the WWF. But Steve Carino, wait, what fucking hole in the wall did you pull that kid out of? Why should I listen to any of these old guys? Maybe because you wrestle like them and you want to be like them? Maybe? Kinda? No? This match is 20 minutes, bro. I just checked. Yeah, disrespecting your elders is it's kind of a newfangled thing. The kids, part of it, I believe, is that the Young Bucks credo is that people have never really liked their style and people have never really supported them. So when they get an opportunity to run a company, they take that into account. They take into account that they never got acceptance in the industry. And therefore, they feel like we don't need to get that acceptance. In fact, we got this far, we became successful by not listening to you guys. So we're going to continue to not listen. And then that idea gets passed on to all of their friends who are like, you guys were not the visionaries who saw the goodness of the Young Bucks. You guys didn't get it. You know? So you didn't get them. You certainly won't get us. And then this disrespect just continues. But so I understand why we got that point, but it's dumb. It's really dumb to have these guys on your roster, these talented producers and agents and wrestlers and shit, and then you just don't use them. You know, they're virtually illegal. I want to say illegal. They're virtually invisible because a bunch of punks have decided that being told no was not something they could deal with. You know, that's horseshit. Like this whole thing with CM Punk and Jungle Boy was because fucking kid couldn't handle being told no. Like how insane is that? I was always a bigger fan of the Legend Killer. I love the Legend Killer gimmick. I think it was excellent. It fit his character, it fit his look. I love the Legend Killer. I think he needed the gimmick change to the Viper though. He needed it because he's already been a Legend Killer for a little while at that point. Oh, standing monkey flip. That was dope. Showboat Rob Van Dam. Is Rob Van Dam in the video games, y'all? I don't know if he's in the games. Is he in the games? Well, I know they put a bunch of people in these games. Oh, Rob Van Dam doing all the tumbles. They talking about you fucked up. He ain't fuck up nothing. Oh. Glass Storm he's keeping up with Rob Van Dam. Oh goodness. He's Calgary's greatest athlete. His gimmick is that he's from the same place as the Hearts. Get the fuck out of here. RVD. They're actually doing tags. Now they're just being they're being condescending. They know there ain't no goddamn legal tags in ECW. Yeah, he was. Oh, he's okay. So he's in the games. Okay, cool. Because I don't know who's in the games anymore. I don't. Look at this intensity from Jerry Lynn. How he's attacking with these strikes. ECW's cameraman, is he in the ring or no? I'm gonna say he's very close. I thought he was in the ring, but he's just very close to the rope. He's standing on the what's the name? The platform. Kick in the back. Roll up. There we go. Kane to the face of Jerry Lynn. And it's 100% legal, so why did you only hit him once? And why are we doing tags? There's no logic to this. That was a nice chop. That was a nice chop, too. That was a nice chop, too. Okay. Just incredible with this fugazi shit he got going on here. Old bullet head son of a bitch. Out here looking like a circumcised penis. Got a head like a brown M&M. Wait, they did a Heatwave at the same arena the previous year? Well, isn't that low IQ? I guess they was trying to broaden their horizons. Oh. Yes, it doesn't feel good to get chopped, I guarantee you that. He said, is that why you stopped wrestling or you couldn't cut it? Ooh, nice drop kick. Yeah, it is very nice. It wasn't the best drop kick I've ever seen. It was a pretty good one, though. University volleyball. University of Waterloo. Jerry Lynn actually, his shit looks like he's fighting, though. Very different style than Rob's, which seems like a Power Ranger fight scene. Has a substantial more intensity to it. The Jerry Lynn Rob Van Dam match is what births a lot of the shit that we watch on TV these days, except for it lacks the artistic merit. I am the preeminent expert on Lance Storm. Amazing that you would gloat about that. Mm. Political power in ECW? That's what they want? Not the tag team titles? Hmm. Interesting. He just did the Razor's Edge sign, Joey Styles. You're a wrestling nerd. They chant Razor's Edge. Oh, brother. All the shit that I've been talking about ECW this whole time, I can say most of their wrestlers have been tanned. They've been oiled. And most of them actually look professional. Oh shit. Oh shit. What a nutty spot. What was he gonna do with that chair? Most of them look professional. They look like adults, except for Steve Corino, who looks like a little ass boy. Most of everybody else that's come out there has looked like an adult. They look like a professional. You know, it look like they take their shit seriously. Like it was a small time indie fed with like 2,400 people or whatever. I don't know. I don't know what the attendance was for this show. They didn't even mention it. But you can look at it and tell that they're taking themselves very seriously. Even the ones who are being silly. When I was 25, I don't think I looked like a little kid. Steve Corino looked like he was straight up 19. Every time he comes out there, he sounds like he's going through puberty, and he looks like a virgin. Does not look like a wrestler. And he was one of the only people that came out there without a tan. He came out there rosy cheeked as fuck. Yes, getting a tan is very important. Go to the Eric Bischoff School of Main Event Wrestlers. If you're not tan, you're not serious about this. Oh, I like that double underhook face buster he just did. Springboard what now? Springboard kick. Very well sold too by Lance Storm. This is actually entertaining. This is pretty good. I don't know why it's the main event, but it's pretty good. I think it might be the main event because Rob Van Dam is in it. They trying to give Justin Credible the rub. Yeah, looking at Rob's offense, it's very routine-y. You like stuff happens that don't make sense. Like he just did that moonsault with the drop kick with the chair. It relies on Lance Storm getting up at just that right time. So clearly that was something he told him to do. I don't see why would we need Corey Jade on the main roster in Judgment Day? To what end? What's the benefit of it? That's what I want to try to figure out here. Who's going to benefit from Corey Jade being in Judgment Day? Oh, shit. If you could pick any of these ECW wrestlers on this watch along and square them off with today's wrestling, who would win? Well, I gotta admit, a lot of the guys on this roster are no good. We're being honest, you know. A lot of these guys are just not good. If you go from the first match to this match here, the first match features 4 guys, and none of them are really all that good. They might have moves, but they're not really good. Like Nova could do a lot of moves, but he's not particularly entertaining. He can just do moves. Since he's not the only person who could do moves, why should I care? Chris Chetty sucks. He's athletic, but he sucks. Amish Roadkill, athletic but green. Danny Doring, he sucks. The next match was what? Jason and Jazz. I guess you could probably use Jazz in today's wrestling. Jason wasn't even a wrestler, so wouldn't even count him. The Dudley Boys, okay, they're useful. Balls Mahoney, probably not. Spike Dudley, if you want to give him a bunch of 100 bumps, yeah. You could probably see do the Please Don't Die challenge between Spike Dudley and Darby Allin, but nobody gets any offense and they just bounce off each other, like a pinball. Maybe that might be entertaining. Then you got, what else did you have on this show? Tajiri and Taz. I like Tajiri and Taz. I like both of those guys. They would fit in today's world. All four of these guys, well, three of the four of them would fit in today's world. Just Incredible, probably not. He's the kind of guy you will see in a backstage setting somewhere in NXT. He's an AEW dark level talent. Lance Storm probably is too, though. He's probably like a Ring of Honor level talent. The Claudio Castagnoli of his time was Lance Storm, which technically means he's a high level guy. Oh yeah, super crazy rules. He was good. Nunzio is probably like an AEW dark level talent too. How many times you gonna kick this man in the nuts? Oh, I always liked the Rolling Thunder. I was always wondering why more people didn't do it. It's a simple but flashy move. They telling the story of the Usos right now. They don't need Roman for that. Roman could be on TV to catch everybody up, but they telling the story with the Usos right now. What the hell? What was that? He leaped over the top rope. Oh. Drop toe hold. That was nice. You learned that one from Raven, because that's a Raven special. What's going on here? What does Sabu want? Oh my! Sabu just put himself through a table. Is he an idiot? A random run in from Sabu. Oh, 5-star frog splash. Oh, he kicked out of it. I don't think Rob Van Dam even noticed it. They're starting to go towards the finish now. Cradle paw driver. Okay, 1, 2, and 3. All right. So Sabu came out of nowhere. Did he smash Justin Incredible through the table, or did he miss? I couldn't tell. Whatever. RVD and Jerry Lynn win. Solid enough main event. I don't know about it. Shouldn't have been the main event. It should have been the undercard match. But I guess with the way they ended the Taz match, I guess they figured they had to end with Rob Van Dam going over, but Jerry Lynn got the pin. Interesting. Seth wants to give Ricochet a title shot. Of course he does. He wants to wrestle mid-carders so he can keep getting over. He's been wanting this title run forever. What makes you think he's in a rush to get rid of it? No way. My thing is they're going to eventually have to have him drop it. So that means one of these mid carders is going to end up winning it. And I'm guessing it's probably going to be Damian Priest. They need to really separate Damian Priest if he's going to be a star, though. So now Jerry Lynn and Rob Van Dam are in each other's faces because, he gave him the finger. Oh, okay. Oh, he just stole on Rob. Okay, so now they're all fighting each other. Okay. Did this turn into a triple threat match at the next pay-per-view or something? This is actually an interesting angle to end the show on. Everybody's fighting everybody, bro. What a mess. All right. I would prefer if Austin Theory worked with Grayson Waller for a little while. He needs a break. The poor brother. They've been beating him to death, man. Poor fella. All right. So that's the show. What did you guys think of ECW Heatwave 1999? I think it was a solid show. I didn't care about a lot of the matches, to be quite honest. I just enjoyed watching the product. The Dudley Boys promo was probably my favorite part of the show, even more so than their match. I enjoy watching Super Crazy. I haven't seen him in a long time, so that ruled. Tajiri and Taz was pretty good. Main event was pretty good too. You know, not as much as Brian Alvarez keep burying him with smart comments. Yeah, he needs to be destroyed. Alvarez sucks. He sucks the hard way. There's not much you could do about it. It's just that bad. All right. Okay, guys. Just reminded me that Bubba Ray, dropped Balls Mahoney on his head and broke his neck. You know, Adam. I talked about Jade Cargill going to WWE at the very beginning of the stream. So before I started the show, why would Francine pin that guy? What's that about? Was that a match? That wasn't a match. So what's happening here? I don't know. I don't understand. I'm watching the highlights right now. I'm trying to see if there's things that I missed. Jack Victory in a wheelchair. It's fat ass. I saw Jack Victory in WCW on a WCW pay-per-view recently. How humorous is that? His name is fucking Jack Victory. Sound like a. Yeah, I heard that Impact did their that whole thing. I also heard that Gail Kim almost died on that show. There's been a video of a nasty bump she took, but I'll watch it tomorrow. I should have time to watch it tomorrow. Always watch Impact when I'm bored on the weekend. I'll watch an Impact show. But sometimes things go by without me seeing it. But I'm not going to miss that Impact 1000 because I wanted to see it. But I also am not. I'm not in a rush because Impact, instead of trying to do something new, they decided to go with nostalgia. Which look, WWE does some nostalgia stuff too, so I can't attack them too much for it. But every goddamn Impact pay-per-view feels like a nostalgia show. You know, I could. You know what? I guess we could do an Impact 1000 review. I guess we could do that. It's kind of a big event, isn't it? if I can manage to watch the show without it getting spoiled, I will do a review. How about that? Because I do think this is a milestone. As a matter of fact, my dumbass, I do remember saying that I wanted to do that as a live stream, Impact 1000. I just now thought about it right now. I did want to do Impact 1000 as a live stream, as a watch along. I forgot though, so I'll do a review probably over the weekend. I no guarantee I'm gonna watch it tomorrow. No guarantee I'm gonna watch it Saturday. If I'm gonna watch it at any point in time, it'll either be tomorrow. No, it'll probably be Saturday or Sunday. Because I'm pretty sure I'll have time Sunday to watch it. I'll certainly have time Sunday to watch it. But I'm finishing up the OVW documentary. I got 2 episodes left to watch. So I'm finishing that up. I'm gonna do a big review of that. It'll probably be up on Monday. I'm probably gonna finish it tomorrow. Then I'm gonna organize my thoughts. There's so much to talk about. If you ever seen if you watched the Apple TV Monster Factory show, it's actually better than that. You know, slightly better. Slightly better. But I really enjoyed the OVW docuseries so far. It's not over yet for me. I'm not done watching it, but you guys will probably get a review on Monday about it. Tony Khan is just a male Dixie Carter. Well, what was it, 3 or 4 years ago that Randy Orton called him Jacksonville Dixie? Has the man ever missed? Has the man ever missed? I guess besides being a stepdad to somebody else's kids right now, which is not alpha behavior, but has the man ever missed? Because he nailed that one, didn't he? He fucking nailed that one, didn't he? All right, y'all. Thank you for your time. I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you for participating. If you didn't participate, thank you for listening. And I'll talk to you guys later.